Good morning, everyone. This is session 13 of our Hanuman Chalisa program. We will, pretty much like all the other sessions, start with reciting through verse 32, and then we will go over four verses in this session. So let's start. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raj निज मन मुकुर सुधार भरनौ रघुबर बिमल यश जो दायक फल चार बुद्धिहीन तनु जान सुमरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहो मोहे हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धारी सियाहि दिखावे विकट रूप धारी लंका जरावे भीम रूप धारी असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाए संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही संभाई सहस बदन तुम्हारो यश गावे अस कहीं श्रीपति कंठ लगावे संकदिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा नारद सारद सहित ईशा यम के बेर दिगपाल जहाँ ते कवि कोविद कही सके कहाँ ते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव हिन कीन्हा राम मिलाए राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्त्र योजन पर भानु लील्योतहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेली मुख माहे जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कापे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नाशे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतन हनुमंत बीरा संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता असुवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा. And now we are on verse 33. This is the start of our session 13. So let's start with first reciting the lines once. First verse here is तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे. The first line of the verse means that all the devotional hymns of Hanuman have a mention of Lord Rama and his glories in them. Tumhare bhajan are the devotional hymns. Ram ko pave, they help in understanding Lord Rama, and in getting to know him, you can be part of him. And so it can be also understood as that Lord Rama has a mention in all of Hanuman's devotional hymns. The second line, Janam Janam ke dukh bisrave. This line says that these devotional hymns have the power to disperse all of life's struggles and sorrows. Janam Janam means not just this life. Janam is a lifetime. So, all the different lifetimes, any struggles and sorrows you may have in them, this is also a reference to karma in a way, because you take your karma from one lifetime to the other. All the struggles, all the challenges, all the sorrows that you may have accumulated through karma can be dispersed through these powers the devotional hymns have. And what is the power that the devotional hymn has? The power of reciting the Lord's name, the power of understanding the path He wants us to walk on, the path of righteousness. And when we walk on the path of righteousness, we attain the Lord. And that's pretty much what this verse is talking about. Let's repeat these lines a few times so that we can get comfortable in chanting them. तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे. Again, तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे. Again, तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे. And the last line, तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे. Moving on to verse 34. Verse 34, I'm going to recite it really slowly first. अंत काल रघुवीर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई. All right, the first line. अंत काल रघुवीर पुर जाई. In this first line, it basically says that at the end of our lives, we will go to the Lord's abode. Here, Antakal means the end of our time on this earth. Raghuvirpur means the town of Raghuvir. Raghuvir is another name for Lord Rama. Jai is to go. At the end of our time on this earth, we all go to the Lord's land. The second line, Janam Janam, sorry. The second line, Jaha Janam Hari Bhakt Kahai. The second line says, when we go to the Lord's land, we only want to be known as the Lord's devotee. All the wealth and materialistic items that we may have acquired on earth would be completely meaningless. The only thing of value that we take with us to the afterlife are the deeds we do. If our deeds are righteous, we can say we lived our life in service of the Lord as the Lord's devotee. And that's pretty much what this verse is about. Let's repeat this verse a few more times so that we are fluent in reciting it. अंत काल रघुवीर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई. अंत काल रघुवीर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई. The third time. अंत काल रघुवीर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई. And the last time, अंत काल रघुवीर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई. Moving on to verse 35. और देवता चित ना धरई, हनुमंत से ही सर्व सुख करई. This verse translates into no single angel, spirit, or God can show you the path to happiness. Now, we all know that there is one God, but over here we specifically are saying, or devata chitna dharai, that means no other gods, right? So it is referring to that there's so many gods, no other God except for Lord Hanuman here. But you have to understand what this means. It does not mean that there are so many gods. It just means that in Hindu mythology, there are thousands of gods. And these gods have that one spirit in them, but they are they're called by different names. And these different names come from the different characteristics they imbibe. All of them collectively are the Supreme Being. So over here, this particular verse translates into no other single angel, spirit, or God can show you the path to happiness, to path to righteousness. Only Hanuman by himself is so wholesome that his devotees can follow him alone and devote their lives to him, and he can show them the path to all the happiness in this universe. So Hanuman is considered more like a worldly being who was a devotee of Lord Rama. So he imbibed in him those characteristics what a devotee needs to for their devotion to a particular god. And in that way, when if humans want to devote themselves to the Lord, they can follow Lord Hanuman since he's already set this path of how to be a devotee. And the bar is pretty high. And that is what this verse translates into. Let's repeat it a few times so that we are fluent in reciting it. और देवता चित ना धरई, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करई. And I do want to mention here before we start, practicing how to pronounce this and sound this out, that this is the poet's viewpoint. So this is a poem that is written by a poet on Hanuman because he thinks of Lord Hanuman as the best embodiment of devotion. So let's recite it. और देवता चित ना धरई, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करई. और देवता चित ना धरई, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करई. और देवता चित ना धरई, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करई. And the last time. और देवता चित ना धरई, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करई. Moving on to the last verse of this session. संकट हरे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमंत बलबीरा. This verse translates into it is pretty simple. All your problems, pains, struggles, and sorrows disappear from the lives of Hanuman's devotees who chant his name with devotion in their minds and their hearts. Sankat hare, all the problems, pains, struggles disappear. Mite is disappear. Jo sumre, whoever chants, Sumre is chanting, Hanumant Balbira. Hanumat Balbira is a reference to Lord Hanuman, who is very strong. Now let's repeat this a few more times so that we are fluent with the sound. संकट हरे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमंत बलबीरा. Again, संकट हरे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा. Again, संकट हरे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा. And the last time. संकट हरे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमरे हनुमत बलबीरा. And this brings us to the end of our session 13. See you next time. Thank you.